It is 14th day of the month, and that means we have to check the TikToks that I liked. I kind of hate it that I do this so often. It should just be once a month. We'll see, guys. Maybe it's gonna work out. Last time, I still feel bad about last time. But let's see it, guys.
A girl is allowed to be crazy, as long as
Why is it so... Oh.
hot. Thus, if she's this crazy, she has to be this hot. If she's this crazy, she has to be this hot. You want a girl to be above this line, also known as the Vicky Mendoza diagonal. This girl I dated, she played jump rope with that line. She'd shave her head, then lose 10 pounds.
Shave her head, dude. No. You have to bring back the hair somehow. If you shave your head, I don't know if you can go up that line actually anymore. You gotta wait for like 1.5. I don't know how long it takes, man. 1.5 years, I would say. It's crazy, dude.
Stab me with a fork.
It's forever crazy. Losing hair, and I can't even explain that. I don't know why hair is so attractive. It's not really attractive, it's just... lack of hair is very repulsive. You know, it feels like a muscle. Like a very, manly thing to look like. I don't know.
Boob job. I should give her a call. A girl is allowed.
So yeah, this is actually quite fascinating. The reason why I liked it, this is the most recent thing I liked, literally today. And it kind of makes sense. If someone is attractive, I mean, you're gonna keep it for longer. The thing is, the girls now I like and I look up to are like ridiculously crazy and ridiculously hot, which is a celebrity status at this point. Ridiculously. And they still have to battle this line if they become ridiculously ugly and unattractive and go off the rails with craziness. I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know, they have plenty of leverage over me because they have been hot and not crazy because they have been manufactured to be celebrities. Now that they're rich, they can do whatever they want. It's a very weird dynamic, but very interesting too.
Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Mangoes are supposed to be peeled like bananas. Mango rind cut into quarters, peel.
Basically, you can actually eat mangoes. I didn't thought that was possible. Literally, the peel is the most annoying part. There's no way you can peel an orange, alright? Don't tell me you can fucking peel an orange. It's impossible. Yeah, I know you can kind of peel it. Nah, bro. Forget about oranges. That one is always gonna be a forbidden fruit. Maybe mangoes are actually edible based on how tasty they are. I never really established what the taste of mango is. It's probably nothing crazy. But there's no like sliced mangoes either, so... But I think I can buy some from the local store.
Oh, look at that!
Just peels off, it's so weird.
That makes a lot more sense now.
What makes sense? Whatever he just said doesn't make any sense. What sense did he want it to make?
Telling me for 40 years a corner of my rug's been stood straight up in the air and I...
Prepare yourselves, because this is a trippy one. And at first you will not think it's trippy, but holy shit, it's trippy.
I could have fixed it with this. Ain't no way. Alright, let's try this out. The corner of this rug's been stood up forever.
Everyone has this problem, too.
Some ice on it.
The old drugs all have this problem.
Let that melt. We'll come back and check it out. Alright, it's all melted. Let's check and see if it worked.
Bam, bro. That is so crazy. The real question is like, will it last that way? How long will it last? But there's the trippy underlying thing that like, wait, cold water kind of creates a new shape, establishes a new shape for a thing. Like what? What? What are the applications of this besides the straightening of the goddamn rug? What is the cold water supposed to be doing here? You put pressure and cold water and this happens. The applications are probably insane.
This is not my first recession, so I'm going to explain the Circuit City grift to you, okay?
Can I explain it in under 3 seconds? Basically, this guy introduces a concept where if something goes out of business, it doesn't have HR department. Same goes with Twitter. It doesn't have HR, so you literally can claim that you work for Twitter, and that is the ending. We can all claim that we worked for Twitter, and no one can actually verify that, because who are they gonna call? How are they gonna verify that? Where are they gonna search for documents? There's no HR, whatever that is.
You worked
I
for
don't know,
Twitter
man.
for
I don't know
4
what
years.
HR is.
You were the director of ad sales. I don't give a shit. They're never going to actually respond to any requests for verification because even Twitter doesn't know who works there anymore. Grift yourself.
Become a Twitter employee today, guys.
Mr. Beast
So
just
exciting.
killed all consumer packaged brands with one tweet.
Because yeah, it feels like Elon Musk is just responding to everything himself and controlling everything himself. And he still feels like a child in the playground. Like, that. You must understand how shitty Twitter has to be for some billionaire to buy it and just control it straight up without question, without establishing the necessary, organs into the system that's supposed to make things function automatically. Instead, he wants to just control everything himself with his voice and intentions or whatever, and literally reply to every single you got fired? That's because of me. I'm Elon Musk. You got fired because of me. I decided. Not the company decided as a whole. No, it's me. It was me because Twitter was shithole, and I'm trying to fix it by destroying it completely. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about Twitter's faith.
This one's gonna go down in history. After tweeting this billion-dollar
It's kinda
brands
funny.
across the globe have been going crazy trying to figure out how they can develop the same brand loyalty that Mr. Beast clearly has. Now the catch here, to the frustration of all of these billion-dollar brands, is that the answer in how to build this kind of loyalty is really easy. Be human, be kind, be real. All of the things that billion-dollar brands will never do because
Seduce
in their
people
eyes,
with
it's
money.
not good for their bottom line. And that's a mistake, because this YouTuber, Mr. Beast, has clearly shown that that's the path.
I think Mr. Beast is like a combination of a face on the internet and lottery ticket. You combine these two things together, then people kind of want to associate with you and your lottery for no particular reason. It just becomes a go-to thing, a thing that people can recognize very easily. And he just kind of wins the whole thing. I think Mr. Beast's success is still an accident. He's just very good at controlling this particular accident. Yeah, but we'll see, I will have to dethrone Mr. Beast at some point. Or someone else will do it. But good luck.
Success in
You
2020.
get to run your treadmill for now.
2023 and beyond. It's an important lesson because this YouTuber is slowly eating into their market share, and his following is so loyal.
Entirety of YouTube is eating into every single market share out there. Alright, everyone has to be on YouTube. Instead, they go to Twitter. What did that do to them? Well, they lost everything. Because Twitter's definitely gonna go down. At some point, it's just, the clock is ticking. Literally, the big companies. And like Elon Musk even bragging of like, smart people is in there. all the celebrities is on Twitter and stuff like that. And no, they come here as they come to Twitter because it's a toilet. They can just do whatever the fuck they want technically, and it's like, oh, it works. And it doesn't work because it's not even a place where society resides. It's where conflict and drama resides, and no one needs that. But no one really picked up on that because they kind of like it a little bit spicy at the very beginning until Twitter became corrupted nonsense. Where it pretty much rigged elections at this point. I don't even know, man. You can blame Twitter for a lot of things now. And holy shit, I don't like that part. That's corruption right there. That is insane. YouTube seems quite clean. Tries to stay away from shit like this, but there's nothing that can save Twitter, and I have no idea. Actually, I do have idea. Elon Musk is a braintard in rich tard or whatever, and he's like, oh, what did you... A few $1 billion just leaked into this little company that I kind of wanted to buy, but not really. Just leaked in there. So now I just gonna control it and pretend that I'm a, 15-year-old with a lot of power. I can press any button I want now. Me as Elon Musk. It's so stupid, bro.
He's got volunteers cleaning.
The funny thing is, if I actually wanted to use Twitter, Elon Musk would have leverage on me, and he would definitely, if I grew against him and became his enemy, he would just press the delete button at some point, or just try to twist me in my following or whatever on Twitter. But luckily for me, it's never gonna happen. Luckily for him, because I would still destroy Twitter anytime I want. It's just, who cares if shit gets destroyed?
Cleaning up his display stands. And this is important for creators to understand because this is the future of building wealth in America. People want to work with creators or buy from creators who are genuinely good people in real life. Not just good people on camera, but off camera, like all the time. People like Jimmy give those vibes. And corporate.
How can you do that? How can you give a vibe of like how you are in real life? What are you talking about,
just
bro?
don't. And unfortunately for them,
it's just relatable. Mr. Beast made lottery relatable. There's a face on my lottery ticket. Wow. I'm sucking Mr. Beast's dick. As well as everyone else. And we're relating to each other too. You like Mr. Beast? Yeah, I bought Mr. Beast a lottery ticket last day. Did you win? Of course not, because I'm a fucking loser.
we all collectively know how the corporate machine operates. I've been saying this for a while.
Corporations are kind of worse because they don't have no faces whatsoever. They probably spend those faces in spending time in vacations and spending their money and buying Lamborghinis. I mean, they don't have time to show their face. What are you talking about, bro? Of course they're not gonna have face. The only face I remember is like Tim Cook. Everything else is like blur. It's a blur, man. And Tim Cook looks pretty ugly too. And I don't care about Apple, so it's the face that I want to erase from my memory anyways. So yeah, corporations literally have nothing to represent them, and that makes them weak at the same time, and makes them untrustworthy. If they get into a controversy, it's game over for the company. It's just game over. But a face can also get into controversy if it does too many things, which Mr. Beast is being pushed into controversy because of that. But I believe it all comes from Twitter. It's just Twitter is stinky right now. Again, it's just full circle. All the controversies, if you can trace it back to Twitter, it means absolutely nothing. It has no impact to society in that sense. So that's the real propaganda. Twitter is propaganda. I've learned that over a few videos that I've made, and everything just traces back to Twitter when it's if it was poorly created, poorly engineered controversy and drama. It's just what can you do on Twitter? Just a few lines of self-expression, and already you're gonna rile up an entire society around it. Maybe you can build a campfire with a few intentions, but like you can't build a fireplace out of a few sticks, man. Everyone has to contribute, and Twitter is not a place where people can contribute. It's a pile of shit. All right, if people contribute, it becomes a pile of shit, unreadable nonsense, unfiltered, completely nonsensical. It's like, again, trying to light up a fire with, okay, you have a lot of wood, but it's still like wet. In the end, someone just poured water on it randomly. That's what Twitter is about. So like, how does that make controversy? The controversy is just the pure frustration that people have. It's just emotional value that this fireplace has, because there is no fireplace. It's just a pile of shit.
While, and I'll say it again, this concept is going to bleed into every aspect of the economy.
Also,
Universities
Twitter has to
are going
burn.
to lose market share to
Fucking
real
burn
educators
Twitter.
online. Marketing and
Burn
creative
harder.
studios are going to lose
That's my
market share to
fireplace right there.
creators who are genuinely trying to help online. And billion-dollar CPG, consumer packaged goods brands, are going to lose market share to creators like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI. It's already
No one's gonna lose to Logan Paul and KSI. No one's gonna lose. They're just a phase that can be knocked out easily. You just build a bigger wrecking ball. You know, companies can be challenged by these guys, but they're not gonna lose. What the fuck, bro? I'm so not intimidated by Logan Paul, and the more he would fucking, if he would find this video and he would be like whatever at me, I would be like even less intimidated. It's like, give me that power. Yeah. Nom. You're gonna waste your time on me? Because I don't like you. I will never listen to you. I will never respect you. I don't even know if that's possible. Me respecting Logan Paul and KSI, like, is that possible? Is that obtainable? Is that a real thing? All they did was like a prime drink. And we don't need drinks. Just put some cocoa powder, put some milk, put some water. It's the cheapest drink ever. You don't have to worry about the flavor at all. Whoever cares about whatever the drink tastes like, they're brain dead anyways. So yeah, buy drink from Logan Paul. You're brain dead. I don't want you around anyways. It's a very easy separation of the masses. It's based on what drinks you drink, apparently. So yeah, I mean, see, this is how the fuss works. I get to see things. I don't necessarily respect the message itself. I just like that a lot of points are being brought up, right?
happening because the future is now, and it's all about content, and it's all about
The future is always, actually. 1 year ago, it was the future. Fuck off, bro. It's the stupidest thing you can say.
being a genuinely good human being. Something that corporations are
I'm genuinely a good human being, and what did I discover? Everyone is fucking evil. And, whoa. That's pretty trippy for me. It's like, what do I do, man? I'm genuinely good. Do I get rewarded for that? Do I start attacking companies? But technically, I'm now YouTube CEO, and like, it was that easy. I just pick up a crown, and it's like, the longer I wear the crown, the more of a YouTube CEO I am. You know, past 100%, that is. Now I'm like 102% YouTube CEO. And so I can start employing people after, or giving them titles too, from myself. So, easy. Absolutely easy, man.
Somebody on Twitter just asked Bing's AI to explain the Silicon Valley Bank collapse in monkey banana terms, and I'm going to read that response to you. Here's the response. Here I go. Me try to explain. Silicon Valley Bank like big tree with many bananas. Many monkeys like bananas and put their bananas in tree. Tree promised to give more bananas to monkeys later, but Tree bad. Tree lose many bananas in storm. Tree not have enough bananas for all monkeys. Monkeys get scared and want their bananas back. Many monkeys run to Tree and grab their bananas, but some monkeys too late. No more bananas in Tree. Monkey sad and angry. Big monkey come and take Tree over. Big monkey say he will find more bananas for monkeys who lost their bananas. Big monkey gives some bananas to some monkeys now and more later, but some monkeys have to wait long time for their bananas. Other trees see what happened to Big.
I don't know. I let you guys listen to this, but if you tone down your brain a little bit, all of it sounds like ass. And yeah, wow, ChatGPT came up with ass things to show on the screen for people that looks like monkey language. About getting scammed. Who cares, man? Maybe unlike this, because I'm disappointed. This is some Lithuanian shit. Minedus. Actually, he wields my name, but he's a meme in Lithuania. But I still, same name, we gotta root for that guy. I don't know who Maybach is, but it's so funny how he gets eliminated. Just one hit out of a leg. Like, how do you eliminate someone with your leg with one hit? But he literally asked for it, and I'll show you, man. He just kind of falls down. It's so fucking crazy. But he literally put this guy in a corner. That's pretty interesting, right? He just charges. Oh, man. It's lovely, dude. So many uncontrolled emotions. Like, this guy was a meme for so long, you just want to charge immediately. I can't believe they sing.
Šio vakaro kova, štai taip prasideda pirmas raundas. Minėtas prieš Maybachą. Aš negaliu patikėti.
Here it comes. He's charging again. Was he even allowed to charge? Was the round started? He's just fucking going, man. So much anger, so much uncontrolled emotions, man. He just wants the victory so much. This guy's just standing here, prepared to strike back on his opponent. Like, he literally lost his brain by becoming a meme. Why is he here? Who forced him to actually go in the ring? Like, it's so unbelievable. My culture fucking created a gem out of this. I'm not gonna lie. Bam! And that's it. He critical hit, man. The game is over. Yep. KO, boys. I want to see it again, bro. This is insane, bro. He just charges. Let's go. But he charges and he goes into this fetus position slowly and gets kicked in the face. It's just like, what? You literally asked for it, man. You asked for it, bro. Actually, we reviewed this previously. I'm not sure which episode anymore, but we saw the black guy say absolutely nothing and go on with this concept as well. But it looks so awkward when you see the perspective. Sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. Just shake his hand, man. Let me down slowly, let me down. It's so awkward. You have to have a hidden camera for this, and it's still weird. It's so fucking ridiculous.
I ordered this book online titled How to Scam.
It's just funny.
It's been 6 months now. Hope it arrives soon.
I asked my friend what it's like living in China. He said, I can't complain.
You have to have brain to understand. I'm not gonna explain.
I actually gave a challenge to my subscribers where we said, hey, here's a coding puzzle. I want to see.
Also, let's not forget that we never know what's gonna happen. TikTok can turn into a shithole. I am saving TikToks for you guys. Every single like I make is progress. You can do it as well. Congratulations. But yeah, like, we have to take care of TikTok just to understand what the hell is going on around. And well, I get to spend more time with me. That's cool, right? That's a thing that people want to do these days, right?
If anyone could learn to code, and like 50,000 people did it. And there was like 2 versions of that test. One where you took away 5 points if you failed, and one where you didn't lose any points. And you're like, well, what are these points, Mark? They're nothing. They're like fake, meaningless internet points that you don't redeem them for anything. And the people who got -5 points, statistically, significantly, they had success 16% less often.
Yeah.
Which is like bonkers. And then when you looked at that, the reason they did is they tried a total of 5 times on average. The people who didn't lose points tried on average 12 times. They saw it as failure and getting points off. Whereas
what makes me, click the like on this thing is like, yeah, the point system, the incentive system, the reward system, definitely. It's like the interactivity system that you really have to perfect in order to motivate people to play your game or do the task you want them to do. We have money as the main incentive for people to do things, but we can extend that quite a bit as long as we, again, design things properly and understand all these little psychological things that's going on. I'm already tired. I've already created a thing that I use every day. Like, how can I improve on that? Only if I need a feature. But no one's like, oh, I like this. No one ever referenced my influence tracker in any way, as if it doesn't even exist. And I'm like, oh, except my friend, because I poked my friend really hard and he started bleeding attention to me. And it's like, but he still hated it, So, friends don't count. What counts is that you create new relationships and you create new interests, and the thing that you have created actually is attractive in some way. I don't know how to achieve any of this shit. Life is a pain to me, man. But I can create things that I use every day, and that's the greatest achievement I can make. Doesn't bother me that much that I'm a failure on the outside because I'm a winner on the
inside. Just 1.1% of the global population.
This is being said many times, but if it makes you sink in, but it's still a very complicated puzzle. Because, people praise capitalism for the idea that if you become rich, you have provided something to people that people want to buy. We have the purchasing power, right? The problem with capitalism is we do not have purchasing power if we struggle to have jobs, if we struggle to have income, if we have to pay for necessities that are getting ridiculously expensive, such like rent and food. If we struggle to have actual money, and we just struggle to survive, none of this makes any fucking sense, and all rich people are just evil. If most genuine people are struggling to survive, I'm still struggling to survive. I get money from the government. I don't know what fucking jobs I could do. I'm not gonna force myself to work. Alright? You have internet. You can reach me. You can talk to me. You can figure out what the fuck you want. Most businesses think that people are just gonna approach them. The businesses work like fucking women at this point. And this businesses are not supposed to operate like that. As women, you have to approach women. What the fuck? No. Most of the time, you get employed because your friends told you you're gonna get employed in a certain place, and it motivates you to go there. All right. But if not, there's no friendship, nothing actually telling you what to do, where to go, no recommendations, and businesses act like women. No one's gonna go nowhere. No one's gonna get anything. No one's gonna know anything. Everyone's gonna be jobless in this case. We don't know how many jobs are there, and it doesn't even matter how many jobs are gonna be created. If essentially all these things destroy capitalism, and none of that fucking works anymore. And again, this 1.1% that controls half of the shit
hold nearly half of the world's wealth. Over 55% of the world's population hold only 1.3%.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. The real question is not what the percentage is. The real question is, do we have a lot of problems in society? And we don't know that. In actuality, we don't have enough journalism power to bring light to the idea of, are people really, really struggling and literally dying from starvation because they cannot, or just turning homeless, and it just cripples their ability to keep up with society. If that's happening, that's a huge fucking problem that makes rich people evil. And that's a big fucking deal too. Alright? An actual reason to hate rich people, every single rich person, and put pressure on them. And if we can do that properly, well, congratulations. We might get something in return ourselves. You know, because we all kind of struggle to some extent, and we need some help. And if we see genuine help, we would be able to either take some of it or become a part of it, where, you know, even if you're helping people, you're still going to get paid for it somehow, right? Because it all rains down from rich people in the end. It's a weird dynamic, trying to break it down, very complicated, but, you know, I have brain for it. I have plenty of space in my brain for it. Most people are not open-minded for that shit.
I've been spending some time in Hong Kong, and the streets are notoriously clean here. But every Sunday, there seems to be a lot of what looks like homeless people living out on the streets. I was walking around the other day.
What's the reason why I like this? By the way, these are not homeless people. Hong Kong, it's technically China, I believe. And it's Sam Pepper. If you know Sam Pepper, controversial technically, but it's like, interesting. You know, if you're controversial, my expectations go down quite a bit for what is considered good content from you specifically. So I would say this is
like
fine.
So strange to me. Like, the government would never let people live on the streets like this. So I actually went over and asked some people what they're doing, and actually nannies here. They look after people's kids, and they live with the kids they look after. And Sunday is that one day they have off, and because they don't want to stay in the house they work in 6 days a week, they have to go somewhere, but they obviously don't have their own house. So on Sunday, the streets of Hong Kong are completely taken over by the care workers, and they all do karaoke, and it's kind of like almost like a celebration. They all hang out and eat food.
It's kind of fine.
Never rank anything on the scale from 1 to 10.
Would it be possible
He's exaggerating.
to rank my outfit on a scale from 1 to 10?
I mean, it's kind of basic, but we love an all-black look. 7.
No one knows how to rank to begin with, and it's just a good place to start. If you actually started comparing things with each other, then you can actually rank things properly. You might even need to do double cycles to make sure everything is corrected. If you have to compare things, but in order to evaluate, you just say things you like and you dislike. This is the reason why I created the vibe points for Tinder. If I show you my Tinder, if you haven't checked it already. Alright. Yeah. I feel rejected so often. But you get these vibe points. I check the profile, I'm like, okay. This is how much I like a person, -2 vibe points. You can even double check after a while, after having a conversation, because everything is dynamic, everything changes of how much you like a person. So technically he's correct by saying never rate from 0 to 10. People are just gonna be at choosing number 7 all the time because it's like the higher average. You being nice to something is like, well, it looks clean. I don't dislike it. It's just not spectacular. It's the 7. Wow. My favorite number.
Rank the shoe on a scale from 1 to 10.
I'd give it like 7.
Rate these headphones on a scale from 1 to 10.
A 7.
If you were to rank my hood on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Like a 7, but I like it. Okay.
Basically, if you let people rank something from 1 to 10, they would usually choose 7 as a safe option.
7. 7. 7.
You're not gonna offend anyone, but you're also not gonna get anyone too excited. You have nice rings. Can you rank mine on a scale from 1 to 10?
Give it a 7.
Okay.
The correct way to ask someone for ranking is to take out the 7. Then they have to either downgrade it or upgrade it, showing what they actually think. If you couldn't rank it as 7, what would you give it?
6.
I knew it.
8.
Thank you.
Yeah. 6 and 3/4.
No, it's still complications after that if you take out 7. More complications, dude. 7 is really come on, it's just nonsense. Yeah, my rating system is just 20 million times better. Alright, and then you can overall put these numbers together and give it a grading after you have collected enough numbers. As again, I call it vibe points. You can make it more precise on small details, but you have to be able to see actual things instead of just see the full picture and within your feelings. It means absolutely nothing most of the time.
Hey son, let's see how many give a fuck you have.
That's how many give a fucks I have?
If you go down to 0, the government will unalive you, so go to school.
Hey friends at school.
Hey man, I got 500 give a fucks. You only got 5 give a fucks? What a loser. Students, take out your pencils. Today's test requires 10 give a fucks.
Oh no, 10 give a fuck.
That it's so weird, like what? I just like the point system that he's creating here out of nowhere. There's another scary one, the Riz points, and you get unalived from that too if it goes down to 0.
To pass the test?
You failed, you're expelled.
Oh no, I've been kicked out of school.
Well, now that
you feel he never actually tells us how to earn give a fucks.
kicked out of school, you can maybe pursue your path.
I would say you should be able to earn give a fucks every single day or over time, and technically that's what I do, and you earn give a fuck right there. It's accumulating, and you can spend it on things that you gave a fuck about. And hopefully it trickles down back to you or something? I don't know. I don't know what the goal is yet.
Passions or something, like making innovative films. You like that, right?
Oh, there's been an accident.
Help me, sir. I've been in an accident.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't help you. I'm fresh out of give a fucks. I'll try to help you anyways, though.
Wow, you're so gracious. Thank you. I'm going to tell you a secret. Come get tea with me. The secret is that the government is going to steal everybody's give a fuck.
Oh no, they're going to steal all the give a fuck?
Yeah, and you're special. You're the chosen one, so I need your help in fighting them. Will you help me?
Sure.
Hey, son, let's see.
Well, there's a part 2? I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Birds don't walk. They do, yes. Geese walk.
This is annoying. I used to follow this thing, but like, got tired. But he's squawking now instead of walking. That's good.
They squawk? They do squawk. That is so funny. Squawk. 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 You being a bird.
It's so crazy, dude. The birds squawk.
Ain't no way it took me 40 years to figure this out. Now, I've done a lot of woodworking and a lot of screwing in my day, and one thing I hate more than anything, you go to screw something in, the screw fall off. Now, check this out. Magnet on the end.
Probably worth following the dude, so click, click.
You bit.
Doesn't fall off.
Also, cheap screwdriver.
Same goes there.
Falls right off.
You
Well,
get the idea.
think about it. Why are all the major brands backing LGBT?
You know it's controversial, but fuck it, bro.
Isn't it suspicious? Not really, if you consider somebody who switches genders is said to be on a lifetime of medicalization. They will require specialized surgeries, which require entire...
I mean, anyone who just commits to the pride movement in general is just purely indoctrinated. Celebrities usually don't commit. Alright, they endorse, they just don't commit. They have to endorse every single cult there is out there because, you know, they have a lot of people in those cults. And it's like, well, gotta endorse the cult now. There's a lot of people, and I like having followers. So, it's what's up, man. It's the world of the left. The dummies consolidate into cults. They pretend that something actually matters to them when it doesn't. But when people start changing their bodies and their identities and just shape-shifting in general, this is when you have to push some brakes, and the first, basically, celebrity to disengage, to press brakes, is gonna fucking win everything, I would imagine. Because now it's getting too far. I'm sorry, guys. I'll take some of that. I'll endorse that celebrity as well.
buildings and hospitals, trained surgeons, drugs, plastic surgeries. So these corporations see dollar signs, and the cherry on the cake is that their target market includes pretty much everyone. Kids, men, women, just not old people. But I'm sure they'll find a way to guilt them into doing something as well. Well, think about it. Why?
This thing is a battery made of sand. It is 23 feet tall and has 100 tons of sand in there, and it could be a future for energy storage. Here's how it works. So the battery takes excess solar and wind power and superheats the sand to over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry.
But I like sand though.
What is it, 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit? 537.7 degrees Celsius. With the right installation, this sand can hold that heat without much loss.
It's
for
literally
months.
in the fucking animation, and she still Googled it, and it's like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you being American on me?
To power homes and businesses all year round. The sand stores less energy per unit volume than the lithium batteries that you're using right now on your phone to watch this video, but it's cheap and it's abundant and...
What are the numbers? What are the numbers though? You don't know anything. Why are you reporting? But this is what's going on, man. It's like, wow, science has created... And by the way, it's not science, it's engineering. Science and engineering, just completely different subjects, alright? Engineering is now using certain things that work, that have been observed, technically, scientifically, experimentally work, but no one needs science, alright? Science is technically a way to transmit facts, but if you're just purely a scientist, like, come on, man. And engineers can figure out things themselves, whatever works or not. But, and you just watch YouTube videos. I mean, everything can be called science to some extent. Learning can be called science. Because you're learning facts, right? And you're putting things together in... TikTok is a bunch of science out there. So when I refer to science, I'm talking about like the old stuff, writing papers and stuff. I don't feel like I'm gonna get smarter learning scientific terms and reading papers. I'm sorry, guys. It's way old school, but science loves doing that. Science loves being old school so much that it turns into garbage, absolute garbage, nerdy nonsense.
Hey guys, 6 factorial times 7 factorial equals x
This is so satisfying, by the way.
factorial. Let's solve for x. First, let's look at 6 factorial. That is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Let's bring down the rest of this stuff. Now let's look at this 6. It breaks down into 3 times 2. And let's copy down the rest of this stuff. Our goal is to change all of this into another factorial. So if we can find an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, a 12, and so on out of this, we'll be able to make a larger factorial. First, let's try to find an 8.
Yeah, so you level up your factorial by putting an 8 in there. I wish there were also triangle numbers. We have square numbers, we have factorials. Where's that fucking triangle? Give me a triangle. Oh, it's just half of the square. Shut up. Give me a triangle, bro. It's the most satisfying number ever that I use every single day as well. To do bonds and stuff, technically. And I have it right here. What is the triangle of 180? Well, this is the real triangle. So 15 triangle is 120, boys. Wow, isn't that cool?
Well, 4 times 2 times 1 is equal to 8, so let's bring that down. And you can see what's going to happen. This 7 factorial times 8 changes into 8
He found
factorial.
it, guys.
So next, let's...
Why did you use 1? Just throw it in the trash. No one needs 1.
Let's look for a 9.
What an
Well,
asshole.
3 times 3 is equal to 9. So you can see we have a 7 factorial times 8 times 9. Now let's see if we have a 10. 2 times 5
And
is
yes,
equal
he
to
does
10.
have a 10, though. So it's 10
If you thought
factorial.
you'd seen it all, now Elon Musk is quite literally in the works of creating his own town called Snailbrook. Although not yet publicly announced, its location will be in Bastrop
Why? It's showing that it's red. Is it too loud?
County, about 35 miles away from Austin, Texas. And in meetings, Elon reportedly described his vision as a Texas utopia, where employees could live and work cheaply, only having to drive half a mile up the road. For example, the average price for a house in Bastrop County is around $2,200 a month. But in good old Snailbrook, it'll cost only $800 for a 3-bedroom.
Of course, wow, of course. Elon Musk is gonna make its own town now. He's not running out of money or anything. He's gotta spread the seed of power and do random things. But the funniest thing that I made a comment about on the right, as you can see, Snailbrook just sounds fantastic name for every single Elon Musk project that slowly just broke eventually. So Snailbrook, yeah, that sounds about right. That's the name that Elon Musk definitely had in his heart, deep in his heart, and finally came out. And he's gonna build an entire town named that way. Slow and painful fail.
Does everybody understand that it's not winning that makes something like this addictive? It's the losing.
Technically, it's the hope to win. Of course, losing is not going to make it addictive. But losing is going to make you frustrated that you didn't win. And it's so annoying, I want to win. But yeah, it's just... a lot of... I even made this comment. So, yeah, where is it? Yeah, so people are so desperate for power they turn into demons under stress as they approach potential loss. They get very upset, very angry, they try to do whatever it takes. But just like Mineda's boys, they get knocked out with one hit in the face, because they also asked for it too, as they turn into this fucking creature that is very easy to kick in the face. I mean, that's the meme. It makes sense. And you can shapeshift all you want. But that doesn't make you powerful. That just makes you very ugly and potentially very easy to defeat if you shapeshift in the wrong way. If you're a loser, you're gonna remain a loser regardless. You have to start by winning and continue winning slowly and surely, and that's the only way to actually even live to begin with. But broken people do broken things and they get knocked out. It's just that fucking simple.
If you went to Las Vegas and you found a place that had a machine like this and had a sign up that says, win every time. You put in a dime, you pull the lever, you get a nickel out every time, guaranteed. No one would be playing it because just standing there and pulling a lever over and over again, making 5 cents come out every time, that's just called a job. Even though you would almost certainly make more money playing that machine than playing the normal ones, nobody would be doing it because that isn't addictive.
The problem is, does he actually know what would happen? Way to make me feel worse about my TikTok addiction. Well, I hope my video is making you feel better, because there's always a thing you can do and thing you can operate, but you have to have a worker mindset that everything you do matters. Everything you do matters, and that makes you work. That makes you organize things and make sure that you actually care of the things that you do to begin with. That's a good comment. Very interesting.
Who controls access to sex, men or women?
Women. Yeah, woman. Woman, obviously.
Yeah, so I would say hookup culture, if we want to see hookup culture stop, because women kind of control when sex happens, so do you have anyone to blame but yourselves on that one? Do you know?
Yeah, that's very interesting point. It kind of even blows my mind. But like, women are so brain dead. They still are interconnected, but the moment you approach them, all their self-defense is gone, and now they're just attracted to you all randomly. You just have to basically break them down and destroy all the escape points, and now you have a woman for a certain amount of time. You have to defeat them to be able to pick them up, basically. So technically, it's not them to blame. There's a certain type of programming basically encoded into them that I'm observing, and it's just very ugly to me. Alright? You can fix your shit, women, because you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. I'm just gonna shit in your face and laugh at your stupid programming. Because in the end, it's programming. The sex that they receive, the sex that they crave for, it's programming, it's bonding with other people. That if they break your heart and if they dump you, it turns into just some kind of programming, some kind of adventure-seeking nonsense, or just bad feelings in general. None of this actually works on me, so women have to reframe their strategies if they want to reach me and actually fix my life and be able to invest, which is very easy to do. Women like live fantastic lives for some reason. Everyone just flashing their fantastic lives. Where just bond, just be friendly with me. Oh, you can't do that because all you want is a person who approaches you, just rips you apart, and uses as a tool and just dumps you. That's what you want. It's like, well, I guess it is you to blame. I guess you're the weakest one, weakest chain in the link. All right, men, again, like snowballs, before they approach a woman, they minimize, and they turn into little rejectable objects. But I no longer feel like a rejectable object. I can probably smash anything I want. I just don't feel like it, because now I feel the brokenness inside me. I don't want to share that onto other women anymore. I want women to actually feel pity and understand the position that we're both in. And I will seek that, and it's very complicated. And even though it's a 30-second clip, it just triggers me into this oblivion of thoughts and emotions, man. So, well played.
Bring a frozen pizza to a pizza place and ask them to cook it for you. What is...
And they kind of did because it's awkward, I believe. And it looks pretty good. What is wrong with you? But it's a very interesting thing for sure. That these kind of like awkward interactions are very, very valuable. In again, creating bonds as well. This is again the reason why women are attracted to men, is they create the awkward situation, but you must create it in reality. You cannot pick up women on Tinder, unfortunately, unless women are literally liking you and swiping you because you're the top dog on the internet. It's not gonna happen, alright? I get either no matches or no responses or nothing, or I don't even know if Tinder works or not, so whoops. Or, well, technically Andrew Tate recommends Instagram, and it's still so... all these things are very difficult to operate. I don't recommend women to just pretend that men can just be themselves on Instagram. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna show my passions. I'm gonna show other women I'm interested in. Because I feel ugly. I feel overly rejected already. I feel like I have poor camera quality. So I'm not gonna post pictures of myself or things I have. I'll just post things I'm passionate about.
Fake things from action and adventure movies that I used to think were real. Number 1, buried pirate treasure. Not one single scrap of buried treasure from pirates has ever been recovered ever anywhere.
That's so sad, man.
2, deadly quicksand. When I was a kid,
even in Minecraft you have buried treasure and it's such cringe. Not just knowing the fact, but the idea of burying treasure. And in Minecraft, buried treasure is really deep and very complicated. And despite you have the map of where it's buried, it makes no fucking sense. None of this makes sense. Destroyed pirate ships, though. Sunk pirate ships in Minecraft. Absolute gorgeous thing. Alright? Fantastic. Fantastic idea. Probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in Minecraft. But buried treasure is ass in your face with a bunch of farts. Every now and then. I don't like it, man.
every movie had this, but it doesn't exist. Yes, there's such a thing as quicksand. It's very shallow. No one has ever died in it. 3, highly paid professional assassins. Yes, people get assassinated. The job is always done just by some goon who needed the money. It's not a job.
I don't know. This is gonna go for like 3 minutes. It's a little scary for me. It's a little scary. I'm sorry, guys. Why is it glitching? I'm sorry about that too, I guess. Opera GX is actually starting to malfunction, and it's really frustrating. But this is TikTok malfunctioning? Did I just glitched out TikTok? Holy Jesus. I have no idea what's going on, guys. It just glitched out completely. I don't know, maybe I don't have internet access anymore. What? Everything else seems to work fine. But TikTok. Hilarious, bro. Let's go. Is TikTok down now? Is it over? Did it sank? Did it receive a nuke strike? Let me check the app. Alright, a hiccup.
When we encounter
I
bad
don't
guys,
understand.
the body is vulnerable to injury. Turtles hide in their shells when they are in danger. The enemy can't do anything to it. So I invented this turtle auxiliary armor.
The funny thing is, it probably works. Like, what can you... But yeah, you can't possibly wear this, obviously, but it's
The
so
design
funny.
is very human. We just need to put it on our body. When we are in danger, we just need to hide in it. So the bad guys can't...
Wait till they throw a firecracker and say that. That's an instinct to think about it that way. But no. But kind of the real way to get harmed is to get thrown off a bridge or something. It's pretty bad. You probably just sink and die. And that, holy shit. Maybe off a cliff if there's no water nearby, but like, still. So it at first sight it feels like it works, but obviously it might just be too heavy for like even a couple of dudes. But
can't do anything about us. Very easy to use. When we encounter bad guys...
It's just so funny though. A bad guy.
The body is vulnerable to injury.
Said bad guys. He just plays with alligators here. They go into the hunt mode, dude. And they snap really fast, dude. But that feels like a miss right there. What are they doing? This is just nasty, bro. How easy it is to eliminate flies. Eliminate! Defeat! I need that in my Discord. I need that in other people's Discords. I don't have a functional Discord with a lot of people, unfortunately. This is so funny, bro. The switch of roles, man. How did cats hunt rats in the past? Where's that instinct gone? Is it the other way around now? Because I've seen things, man. I've seen many things. And rats now have the edge on cats. And we probably will need rats to eliminate cats the other way around, to be honest. Because I'm starting to like rats a little bit more. It's so stupid. Get out of here. Defeated. There you go. But they both got a cookie, I guess. This is so stupid. By the way, the epic pocket design for women, guys. But this is so fucking brain dead on 20 million levels. Like, you literally have never ever even tested the jump. Because you would feel like, oh, your phone is about to fall. And you're so unreasonably not self-aware, and you still made this jump, and it's like, what the fuck, man? That's a new phone too. That was a new brain too, I guess. New brain cell that she got and just lost it. This the coolest thing ever, dude. It's the best.
This is the reason that older generations simply don't understand how difficult it is for the younger generation to buy a house these days. Quite simply, this graph shows how affordable houses were each year. And it does this by comparing the house prices to your salary. I've
seen this before, but it's just so fascinating to make it very easy, but it doesn't feel like it's skyrocketing
A baseline of 5 times your salary being
in
considered
our age
affordable.
right
The
now.
sections above the 5 times highlighted in orange show houses as being unaffordable. But here's where it gets interesting. As you can see, as it goes into the year 2000, you know, when your parents were looking at buying a place, this is where it goes just above the 5 times your salary again. And comparing this to now, we can see that the house prices are around 8.5 times your salary. So if you want your parents or grandparents to get off your back, this is the...
It feels like it's gonna get higher, though. It's definitely something to look after. We got a special gold mine moment when things, when you could buy houses. Isn't that cool? And now we can't. But we shouldn't really complain about it. We should adapt properly. And usually the way capitalism works, which is the stupidest thing, the moment you don't buy something, it just goes down in value. Like, what? Yeah. Go just like that. Just don't buy it. Just don't let society to dictate that you have to have a house. And all of a sudden the value is just gonna drop back down, and well, society is gonna look at this like, no, everyone can afford the house again, and it just keeps going up and down like that. It's so stupid, but that's how it welcome to capitalism, my friends.
Is this a valid rule? Catan tournament rules have a clear-cut way to determine if a die is cocked or not.
I love my comment, though. What if my girlfriend falls off a cocked die?
Stack the other die on top of the die in question. If it falls off...
Oh no, it fell down. I don't play board games, though.
Using AI, I can
just
now
liked my
generate
comment,
a summary
though.
on any YouTube video just by clicking on any YouTube video. Let's click on a Gary Vee video. Watch this. Summary. Boom. Highlights. 7 of
Boom!
them.
Summary.
Boom.
Read
Perfect.
the
Every
read the
single
video
time
now.
I click on a video, I get a custom.
Read the video. I don't need this shit, though. People think like AI is like so super duper smart, but you have to outsmart AI to actually get value out of it. And it's like, oh, now you can read, guys. What is he gonna be reading? Social media is a powerful platform and can control a person's life experience. That is so poorly worded. Spending the same amount of money on creative will yield greater results. What? It's just cancer. He's praising technology, but, you know, we all praise technology like AI right now. But the real question doesn't even fucking work. Doesn't even do what it's supposed to do. What kind of values do we actually get out of that? We don't question that too deeply, and we can just be like, oh, well, look at this thing that AI kind of does, and it is completely pointless, but it does that thing, guys.
I just spent 1,000 hours studying Mr. Beast. It was
I subscribe to this channel, and we might actually talk about it separately. He broke down Mr. Beast's psychology into a very simple system where, like, he just is able to monetize attention as, like, the most obvious thing. But I don't know. I already forgot exactly.
This is a misunderstanding of how the creator.
People click on it to go, no way he fucking did this, and then they just talk about it and be like, look at the
Crazy. He's so impressive. So impressive. If you guys don't know who Mr.
are the customers, but for creators like Mr. Beast, viewers are the product, and the viewer's attention is being sold to brands.
I mean, it has been going on like this forever. Again, my main thing that I figured out is, again, Mr. Beast just invites people to subscribe, to do all these random things that you might win, You might be a part of my video. It feels like a much greater incentive. It feels like something is actually happening, especially those big Mr. Beast videos when he was hitting like 7 million subscribers, 8 million subscribers. He just pulls up with a truck of stuff and just dumps it on a random subscriber. And it's like, wow, that's actually happening. It's a random subscriber. I could be that random subscriber. But there's so many more reasons than just like pretending to buy a lottery ticket. Sometimes it's just entertaining to watch people win. You know, there's game shows like that all the time, and people actually watch them. Other people winning things is just a weird thing.
Well, this is the worst thing I've seen in a hot minute.
So basically, price changes. What is that? Hospital services, college tuition. You have to check basically which one is useful and useless. Clothing never really changed over time. This is since 2000. Technology technically went down, but it keeps getting upgraded. Something like television no longer needs upgrades, no longer is a consumer good to begin with, no one cares, I believe. You just buy phones. Trying to break this down is quite complicated, and she's not gonna do it.
This is a graph of the price changes from 2020 to 2022.
It's annoying that food is becoming more expensive, but you must also understand, after baby booming thing, we need more food and we have to... we probably never really expanded our farmlands or anything. So, there's more regulations, I would imagine. But at the same time, there's more technology that produces more food or manufactures more food. It's very complicated to break down the food market ecosystem, the whole thing. Very complicated thing. But at the same time, yes, there's the thing where if you're forced to buy food, the capitalist is going to be like, wow, I can just raise prices and people will still buy my thing because, wow, that's cool. And I'm pretty sure food price is supposed to be regulated if possible to make sure there's no markups that make no fucking sense in the end. But the first thing we can do as people is just buy cheap food and not fucking complain of whether it tastes good or not, and not try new things. Food is not supposed to be entertainment, unfortunately. A lot of people just mistake that they can actually afford entertainment in their lives, and those are also people all gonna knock out with one fucking hit. You think you can just entertain yourself for most of your life, for most of your free time? You're an idiot. You're insane, and food happens to be one of those entertainment things, while like new cars is a luxury, also entertainment thing, because you're trying to reach a party location or whatever. Housing is kind of turning into entertainment as well. Childcare, having children is kind of like entertainment too. So you can actually see that this stupid shit that people raise prices on is being treated mostly as entertainment. That's the reason. I put it all together, guys.
Here's your bill, sir. Thank you. What is this gratuity? I just said thank you, no? We're just kindly asking that you leave us a tip, sir. A tip? I don't have any tips. You did great. Good work. You're misunderstanding, sir. If you're happy with our service, you pay a little extra. Pay extra? What is this stupidity? Your boss doesn't pay you.
It's called entertainment.
Regular TV, it's hard.
You pay extra.
It's like so many commercials, like way more commercials than I've used to. Like, I think about half the time is commercials. And then half of the commercials are...
This guy is probably worth following because his comedy is just, even though it feels dry, but it's like just exact bare bones comedy that you need for comedy to function.
Or a pharmaceutical, like pharmaceutical commercials, and then half of the pharmaceutical commercial is the side effects. So when you're watching TV, you're mostly hearing about side effects. And I don't think that's the best way to spend time. Just listening to horrible side effects. Because I think that's unhealthy. That has to be bad for you to hear those horrible, like, because eventually you start to pick them up. Especially the worst is when you're like not really watching the TV, but you're just doing something else, and the TV is just on the background.
Twitter reminds me of TV now. Because it's toxic shit that we don't need anymore. It just sits in the background and creates drama.
And it's really like you're subconscious, like when you're doing something.
Subconscious, I love this spell. See, the funniest thing is, not only pharmaceuticals have ridiculous side effects, but those side effects have to be also mentioned on TV because they have such a terrible reputation. And it's almost like, what kind of world do we live in? I'm ashamed that I didn't see this clip before I posted 2 times on how medication is bullshit. But this definitely fits right in there. Even when advertised, they know that there's a bunch of side effects. And that is not fucking good. If something has side effects, it has no good effects, alright? The side effects is the problem to everything. There's not supposed to be a side effect to anything you do. Alright? Technically, your life works like clockwork, I'll tell you this thing. So most of the time it feels that this is a side effect. The fact that it forces you to go around the circle, something forces you to change your behavior, and it creates more problems. I would imagine medication is not as harmful in that sense if it does exactly that, but we don't know, alright? Technically, everything humans create is still natural, but I'm sure having a knife inside anywhere on your body could be called natural. It's just, I don't want to do that because I don't want to bleed. It feels like very hurtful. So it feels like medication is very similar stuff. Yeah, most of the things you do in life, you have to double check if you're not going too far with it. So that's the side effect, is that you have to always keep on changing your behavior. So there technically are side effects, but this is a side effect that you can actually predict. But unpredictable side effects, you gotta stay away from anything unpredictable. Everything you do in life has a positive result. Again, what I'm talking about is like, okay, you send them a bunch of messages to a bunch of people, and maybe you receive good messages back, or just you want it to interact really badly. But you never know, at some point, someone is going to get triggered. Someone after a month is going to be like, oh, what did he say to me? And become a hater. Or start following you and annoying you or something and try to defeat you or something after a month. Realize, yeah, it technically is a side effect. And it's something you have to be prepared for. But everything is technically positive in that sense. You can turn everything around. With medication, you don't really have control over what happens. You have no ability to interact with anything. your body is a non-interactive thing. The best thing you can do is play with your genitals. Congratulations. And maybe cut your hair and cut your nails and paint a few things and make a tattoo. Does that feel interactive? It's more of a self-presentation. It's the way things look, but you can even modify breathing and muscles. That feels interactive. But what happens when you drink medication? How can you interact with that? Now you just get a bunch of emotions from your organs that interacted with medication. How are you gonna be able to control that? You know, medication gets full control over your body now? None of this makes sense to me, by the way. Nothing. And then it gives you side effects. So you solve one problem and create 3 more other problems. Because that's what side effects actually mean. If something is not positive, if something is not going well, usually even small problems you create, small cracks in your system, they start growing. It's just the beginning of your problems. Alright? Maybe medication is great for creating problems in your life, and then you start trying to fix them, and maybe it makes you a smarter person that way, but I mean, the biggest problem is going back and figuring out where the source of the problem is. And usually the source of the problem is not even taking medication, is whoever manufactured and created the concept of medication to begin with. That's the source of the problem. But, yeah. Because all the problems now... It's so fucking crazy to me. It's so fucking crazy that I have to talk for like 5 minutes about this shit. But it triggers me because I have to deal with it every day, technically.
I'm convinced that we all have zoochosis and the world is not ready to talk about it. If you don't know what zoochosis is, it's basically a form of mental illness that animals get from being in a zoo, from having a repetitive lifestyle that is not natural to them. Now, animals don't show any of this sort of behavior out in the wild. This is primarily only to animals that are kept in zoos.
Yeah, it sounds like a very interesting concept. We're trapping ourselves. The society is freezing in terms of interactivity. Internet can still be improved and become more interactive, and it feels pretty good because it's a very controlled space. You can interact as much as you want technically, but internet does not work. Right now it's more of a playground where there's a bunch of toys. Some of them work, some of them don't work. You can do whatever you want. You have to appreciate all the toys to be the best toy master. I've done that, been there, done that, created my own toys. I'm just waiting for the next stage of the internet to give me a more interactive experience where people like actually share toys and talk about things, experiences, create friendships most importantly, because like how can you talk? You just upload a TikTok and pretend that you made a bunch of friends and interact with people. Nope. It's not what... It never really happens that way. Just because you read comments is not interactions. It's just more toys because you deserve more toys. Because you uploaded a viral TikTok or something. Now you get more toys. I had to make my own toys, so you know I'm fucking desperate if I'm making my own shit. But I've been on the internet way longer than an average person, and I understand this very well. How it works and where it's going, and how it looks like, everything.
Most places in the...
Now the question is, again, what is going on with it? Because I'm stuck in a room, but I don't feel completely disconnected. And I'm slowly learning exactly how to behave. I'm learning all the human traits that I wouldn't actually have if I lived without the internet. So we just kind of naturally accept that it's okay to be trapped in a room as long as we have all this technology that's interconnecting us, and as long as we know how to use it. But we have to be very careful with this stuff. Essentially, internet might feel also very restrictive at some point. And if you're trying to squeeze interactions on the internet, it is one of the hardest challenges ever that I still haven't overcome. I still have limited amount of interactions. I don't even know how to upload a video and get views. I don't know how to do that. My video's too long, my video's too short. I'm not pumping out shorts. What do I have to do? You know, there's no actual helping hand on this one. But eventually, potentially, I just have to wait and it all is gonna be fixed. I just have to scream loud enough. That's how I feel. I don't know, I just do whatever I feel like doing in the end and hope it works. Technically, it feels like playing a lottery, but it's the best thing I can do. I just work, I just pretend that I'm working. And it works for me. And if someone else approaches me, I'll try to make it work for them too. I will share my values and the good feelings that I have. It's just I'm prepared. I cannot be immoral if I'm prepared for interactions and challenges in my life. So despite it feels like a zoo thing, let's not forget that it could also be a projection of, oh, I feel lonely, basically. You know. It's a very legit projection that I relate to. I've been screaming this for years. What? You're nobody. You are absolute nobody with no content, with no avatar. Doesn't count as screaming. You're screaming to your fucking pillow.
Most places look something like this. In Austria, it looks like
So, US looks different. Like this.
Looks like this. And how about the sign for road narrows? The rest of the world? America. The list goes on. And the question is, why? In a technical sense, the car was invented in 1886 in Germany by a guy named Carl Benz. But in a patriotic sense, the car was invented in 1908 in Detroit, Michigan by a guy named Henry Ford. Henry Ford loved two things: being anti-Semitic and producing cars at a scale and at cost that made them an actual, viable means of transportation for people, as opposed to previous car models that were essentially just novelties. Soon, its manufacturing dominance turned the United States of America into the car capital of the world, which soon also made it into the road capital of the world. Most places in the world, the road sign...
I literally don't think I just got sucked into the anti-Semitic thing, and it's just like, that's all I was able to think about.
Have you ever seen such a cool thing? Have you ever seen such a
It's
cool
pretty
thing?
cool.
Fun fact, a 75-year-old woman in Georgia accidentally cut off internet services to the entire country of Armenia while she was scavenging for copper cable to sell. Scavenging copper cable is a common way of making money in former Soviet Union countries, and the impoverished woman was hunting for copper cable beside a train track near the village of Kasani when she came across a fiber optic cable which she sliced open to see what kind of metal was inside. In doing so, she cut off internet services to the entire country of Armenia, as well as cutting off internet to large parts of Georgia and Azerbaijan, leaving 3.2 million people without internet. Teams were quickly dispatched to solve the...
Well played, basically. That's what desperation can do. And this is just an accident of desperation. Think of what is possible at this point. It's insane, bro. Do you understand the power I wield in the shadows? Do you understand now? It's insane. The things that I can learn and grow and do to people and destroy infrastructure accidentally. Not even directly. No one will be able to trace me back. You know, not even close. Because it's all accidental and like... What are you gonna do about it, bro? I don't know, bro. You gotta respect the shadows, or you gotta respect people's desperation. And I'm mostly talking to rich people who don't want to give a fuck. Who ran out of give a fucks. It's pretty bad, my friend. It's pretty bad stuff. You gotta give a fuck. The reason why I like this... Actually, this is on 3/4, so... But it literally on my birthday. It's technically posted on my birthday. 3/4. So luckily it's like 1 day off. Apparently.
So give me more dear.
What £1 can buy you in India? £1 equals 100.
Damn, the fucking sound is so evil. Let's go, India. Fucking $1, boys. But what the fuck is this hand? What did you do to your hand? You have problems, my... Whoever. Oh my god. I wouldn't touch that hand. I wouldn't trade with that hand, dude. You're trading with the wrong hand. Fucking Indians flexing on us. We will get you guys.
To the guys who think that looks are the only thing that matters in a
We'll
dating
defeat
profile,
you, Indians.
You need to watch this video and tell me that she's lying. I bet you can't.
This is a great point, and it brings us to an excellent topic of conversation, and that is that men's thirst traps and women's thirst traps are not the same. So let's talk about men's thirst traps.
This very useful for Tinder. I will actually try most of these things, except the last one because it's too cryptic. Sleeves, fuck that shit. So reading, cooking, fit checks. What I have to remind myself what that means. Okay, none of this makes sense to me. Kids, babies. So yeah. I gotta flex, but I will never upload my own photo of anything because I'm not interested in none of these things, technically. Everything is just cancer to me. Like cooking? What? Reading? Everything is cancer. This is what women actually enjoy. But then if I attract these kind of women, they're just garbage to begin with. But I'll try those as well to spice up my Tinder to get more women knocked out with one hit. That's all it takes, guys. One hit is all it takes. Someone's calling me and saying, one hit is all it takes. Possibilities is Dua Lipa. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that one.
Oh my god!
Well, he just cut some butter.
I don't know if anyone else does this, but if I go into a store and a staff member comes over and they say, "Oh, can I help you?" I instantly want to leave.
'Cause you're a loser. This is what I'm gonna ask people. Can you give me a penny, though? You will want to leave the universe. Instantly. Or you're gonna go into the fight mode. Which is, you're gonna lose that one too. Alright? It doesn't matter how much value you have or how much muscle you have. All of it is just gonna turn into dust when I ask you for a penny. You will lose that fight. So prepare yourselves accordingly. I just want to leave because I'm such a privileged man and I don't have to deal with such bullshit. Like, people asking for... people offering me help. This fucking bullshit. I don't want to be in a store like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Now that's some sexy
Fazbear Entertainment
costume
would like
right there.
you to put your hands together for the one, the only Freddy Fazbear.
That is next level, I'm not gonna lie.
This is why you need to be very careful who you let hear your voice. But if you get a call from a stranger or something, definitely don't talk on the phone with them. Because what they
Definitely don't do anything anymore. Because they're gonna clone your voice.
A sample of your voice and uploading it to a site like resemble.ai.
And then using that to generate a recording that sounds like you to say whatever they want in your voice.
And this is important to know.
It's definitely to no longer make TikToks, guys. Don't make competition on TikTok. Because people will call you with your voice now. Or people call your loved ones with your voice. And convince them to give them money
My
or something.
least favorite
It's
thing
scam.
on the internet right now is
I don't know. This is just, again, another reason why internet is going to shut down because of AI technologies infiltrating society. But in a way, like, again, internet is supposed to be more of a dream world and not actual reality. You can be and do whatever you want. Which is why I'm YouTube CEO, but you have to be within reason as well. Even in the dream world, you have to be within reason. Yeah, otherwise your dream is gonna end very quickly and switch to something else. You know, you cannot be a YouTube CEO for very long if that's not exactly what you wanted to be in the first place. But I just, I felt like there's nothing else I could possibly do. You have to eliminate all the other choices, and then you know that you cannot be knocked out anymore. You're on a solid ground.
Is fake podcasts.
I'm gonna prove to you that the entities are real.
Dude, no you're not. That's a real natural, authentic conversation right there. The problem is when people use this same idea maliciously against their viewers. Take V-Shred, for example. Sells fitness programs online. He's setting up his own promos to make it look like he's on the Joe Rogan podcast to give his product more credibility. He's got the red backdrop, he's got the Shure 7 SMB and everything, sitting talking to himself like this. At some point in his advert, he even passes his phone to no one. There is no one there. The invisible Joe Rogan is...
I actually like the trolling here. So the trolling quality of AI kind of mitigates the problem for now. But it's still gonna be a problem here, it's still gonna push us into a weird new age of the internet. But we're way too excited. There's so many problems we have to fix until AI steps in and just fills up our cups with beers, whatever beverage we like. AI's not gonna do significant things, unfortunately. Again, it's just like recommended media or something. It's kind of controlled by algorithm, by AI, technically. And it's like, it's already there in YouTube integrated. What else do you want? You know? We can make slight improvements slowly, but that makes it a much better, much more satisfying way to look at things. Is this, well, things are gonna improve slowly. You still have to be somewhat aware of what's possible to not fall for other people's tricks, but even that is too much work. So it's like, whatever happens, guys. It shouldn't be the way I end this idea. Is like, again, yeah, whatever happens, but the more principles you control, it's all about principles for me. Because if you know how life works and you hold principles and you learn them properly, then you will not fall into trouble and you will not lose things you have because things suddenly changed, not in your favor. A lot of people probably are panicking because things are changing not in their favor. I don't care. I don't care, bro. Change is good. All you have to do is adapt and figure out how to accept the change in your life. And if you don't accept the change, it will not benefit you. It's quite simple. So, learn principles, adapt to change. You should be fine. Whatever happens. And complain on TikTok about it. I'm sure that's gonna help. That is evil.
Here's how you survive a tsunami. Let's say you're chilling on the beach and a tsunami wave is approaching. It's not that big of a deal. Just grab one of those concrete barriers, place it on the beach, and get in your car and drive away as fast as you possibly can. Once far enough, turn around and slam your car into the concrete barrier. That'll cause you to fly through the window, cutting through the tsunami perfectly unharmed on the other side. There's like 2 steps to this, guys. Nobody can fail. Here's how you survive a tsunami. Let's say you're chilling on the beach.
Drink Red Bull. Not everyone has Red Bull.
I just invented a new kind of edit.
I like this quite a bit.
As a private video. Then record your screen while scrolling through them. I just invented a new kind of edit. Save each shot as a private video.
But it's still a little bit too much work. It's a little weird still.
Let me show you something. So I found these amazing AR glasses that basically show you a crazy huge display right in front of your face.
Oh my god, this is tickling my pickle.
I can play games, watch videos on YouTube, and they also have speakers right above your ears so you can hear everything.
Yo, Steezy, you good? Oh yeah, I'm better than good. Okay.
And I can also connect these glasses to my computer, so I can use it without even having to look down at the screen.
See what I mean? He's not even looking at the screen.
Yeah, he's been acting a little weird lately.
Strange. I did a little bit of experimenting and found out that I could also connect it to my PS4. I couldn't believe I was playing GTA off of my glasses.
Steezy, what's going on, my guy?
It looks pretty cool for school. What?
I keep learning new words all the time, and this is my favorite word so far. This is the best word here. I didn't know about this until recently, but I'm sure you know this.
I think one of the most evil things that are happening to our society is that kids get to master new technologies while adults just don't give a fuck whatsoever. Which, it feels so fucking weird. It's like the lifespan of a human being is still very small because people just give up on new technologies just like that. Or just have no access to that. Or have no need to do it. That's your actual lifespan now. So whether you can adopt new technologies or not. I look at my mom and just like, to me, she's not functional as a human being anymore without technology. She still needs to read things. She still picks up books. I gave her TikTok for a little bit, and she just spits it back at me as if something went wrong. And I don't know, man. It takes so much courage and just stress, pressure just to offer her something like that. And it's like, come on, you don't see value? You're not excited? It's like, come on, man. What happened? That's the lifespan. If you're not excited for new technology, you're done. You're done, man. You're gone. You're too old to live anymore. You're too old to breathe.
I keep learning new words all the time, and this is my favorite word so far. This is the best word here. I didn't know about this until recently.
The only reason why my mom is still reasonably alive is because I care about technologies twice as hard, maybe 10 times as hard as a regular person. Alright? And I'm not just here, like, see a new technology like, wow, I want it. No, I see, I look at the application to the entire world. Not whether kids are gonna like it or not and use it at school. It's fucking bullshit. Technically, it's the only thing that keeps my mom in check, basically. Well, you have a pretty cool son. You don't even have to use technology because the technology is bleeding all over the place. You just have to breathe the air of technology because your room is next to that other room. So, it still keeps her alive, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of brain dead people. Or just the fact that I was away from my home, from my mom, for like 4 years, and I wasn't close to her. She was just losing her mind that entire time. I came back and she just was a terrible person to deal with for a long time. Until she calms down, it's like, wow, what a difference that made. So yeah, it's insane. It's insane. But if someone is not doing the work and you still get benefits from them, you still like them as a person, well, you have to work for them twice as hard. And once I get my new tablet, I'll just shove the old tablet in her face, just teach her how to use it, and she'll figure out the rest, hopefully. You know, that's the only other strategy I have. Is just give her full freedom, full access on the old tablet. And eventually, you know, the first thing I can show, TikTok is very easy to use. You just scroll through videos, stay on whichever ones you like. You can mark them if you like them. That's it, man. You don't need to worry about whether you follow a certain amount of people or not. Just TikTok is gonna pretty much do most of the work for you. It's a little bit creepy, but if you don't care whatsoever, if you have no ability to process information in terms of technology information, then it's a very good game. You must understand, my mom has still the brain not to just read books, but to play Snake on her phone. Terrible phone. Not a smartphone. A Snake. And she's not complaining. And I'm like, how is this possible? You're not complaining about that? You're not interested in what I'm doing? How is this possible? Anyways.
I'm sure you know this. The meaning of the word, it means that you have now poured enough coffee into my cup.
He found a new word, guys.
And it goes like...
Do you actually need this?
This is me getting my phone stolen. And again. And again.
It's a long video. He's kind of toying around with pickpocketers and... Cool, that's cool, I guess. That's technically not how you do it. You find a pickpocketer, you start a conversation of like, what the fuck is going on? You try to trace the source of if anyone is training them, why are they so desperate to get phones, where they sell phones. You just shut down all these pathways. After you catch one pickpocketer, you try to turn them into a snitch technically, but like genuinely, you can convince a person to do it. If you ask police to do it, then it's a little bit stupider situation, so you yourself have to do that. As a human-to-human interaction, man, you still have power to extract information out of pickpocketers. They still have some. You still have to be curious enough. And toying with them, I mean, cool.
A big misconception about blindness is that everyone who is blind sees pitch black more severely.
Everyone is blind in a different way, guys.
AI is starting to get extremely terrifying. Check this out. This website is called Piemize.
It's a thing that I need, though. I want to search up every possible photo there is of celebrities. Preferably full body photos. Yeah, thank you very much. That's all I want to do. So I'm still waiting. But yeah, it's weird. There's so many websites being built. I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. And it's very strange. I don't know. But brace ourselves for impact. Again, the social media is never gonna be the same because of the AI. And I have a grip on a lot of websites right now. And everything can be improved so significantly. Like, Instagram can get instantly knocked out of existence, technically. Instagram is in one of those brackets where it's, it has two competitors already, in my point of view. It has Pinterest and Listal as competitors. And they're pretty powerful, but AI could do things 5 times better. And it's actually mind-blowing what is possible, just to think about it. And then on top of that, AI could modify and fix images from all those black and white images that celebrities sometimes take, or just regular people take. So fixes black and white stuff. I already have all the fixes, but all of it could just be shoved into one website that has a lot of functional AI tools, and it would just outcompete Instagram, which is crazy. Then you start thinking, okay, Instagram is like the world for women. Women don't actually care about internet, so Instagram is a good place for them. But now we have TikTok, which is a place for both men and women, mostly men still. It's confusing. It's confusing, man. Navigating in social media, but yeah. It's gonna be a big deal if women just gonna get knocked out. And we're gonna get to decide. It's like, well, you can post things on Instagram, but we're gonna upgrade it and reorganize it way better than you can. So you're just gonna be contributors. Basically, women's input is gonna shrink 10 times if we're no longer focusing on Instagram anymore. If there's a completely different website where celebrities will have zero input into, because that's what's happening. You know, the other two competitors don't need celebrity input because it makes no sense to begin with if you just organize everything. So yeah, image search, boys. I've dibble-dabbled a long time now, and bye-bye Instagram very soon.
Hey, get your hand off my money.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Give me a second. I'm not trying to take nothing from you.
Okay.
I just want to know.
Wait, what?
How much would you say?
I didn't actually understand the start of the video, man.
It's about 47 bags of chips.
Small ones, big.
So yeah, he's trying to give back what he stole, which is still ridiculous.
For stealing from your store all those years ago, and I just wanted to.
Wow.
From your store.
I've never had anyone come in and do something like that. I really appreciate it.
Yo, ever wonder why Apple names their products iPod, iPad, iPhone? What's with all the I's? Well, we gotta go back to 1998. Apple has built a sexy new Macintosh computer. All-in-one desktop experience enclosed in a colorful design. And Steve Jobs is like, alright, what are we gonna call this beauty? How about Mac-Man? Yeah, Mac-Man sounds great! Nope, Steve, that sounds stupid. But then, Apple's advertising creative director, Ken Siegel, speaks up. Sir, how about we call it the iMac? See, at the time, the internet was slowly becoming mainstream, and this new Apple computer's selling point was that it connects to the internet faster than competition. Thus, iMac, I for internet and Mac for Macintosh. But it wasn't that clear cut. Siegel had to pitch the iMac name to Steve twice before Steve finally gave up Mac. man. Apple later adopts the I across most products. Yo, ever wonder why Apple...
It's kind of stupid story. Steve Jobs being a little bitch. And finally coming to his senses. Like, okay. You can use your stupid eye thing because of the internet. It's weird. MacBook hasn't got internet. Yep. I don't know. It's stupid though.
You never have to watch a blurry video again. Chrome's latest update allows it to support NVIDIA's new RTX Video Super Resolution. This feature is supposed to upscale videos to a higher resolution simply by having it enabled in your browser. That means you could buy the cheaper 1080p or 720p.
No, not the Chrome. I use Opera GX. What do I do? But technically, AI can do so much more than just upscale videos. You can organize things and organize code and make things more efficient in general, and just find fascinating design choices that make people happier and use the thing for longer. The moment there's test AI, where AI is gonna take tests of other people using certain applications, or test applications. It is a scary AI, not gonna lie. But let's say, TikTok is trying to redesign itself, and it's trying to find a perfect way to just put everything together. Maybe the video could be slightly in the middle. You can squeeze the comments a little bit. It just finds the perfect balance, or just hide all of this stuff, or just redistribute it along both sides. Just like on YouTube. On YouTube, it's just completely blank on both sides. So it's just you can find very interesting design choices and just AI randomly putting things together in random places to some extent. And then people rate it and use the application and see how much they like it versus other applications. This could be fantastic. This is applicable to card games. Trying different card sets and see which ones are the coolest, which keywords are the most interesting. I mean, it's so fascinating. Just can be applied to any game, any application. Just test AI. I don't know how to call it. It's like an open testing AI, something like that, where people are invited to interact with completely fresh concept, technically, that potentially doesn't even work, and just they have to rate the experience, how happy they are, and whether it works, and how much time they spent is also quite a rating as well. So once we figure that out, it's gonna change internet so quickly. That's what's gonna pump out the, first of all, design choices for, and then potentially it's just going to seep in deeper and deeper and starts fixing the internet as we know it. I think internet is technically just broken in so many ways. But the first thing is just how ugly it looks like. And so not only it fixes the upscaling of videos very easily, it redesigns things. So again, when you look into Instagram, the first thing is like, you can easily redesign Instagram. Is what you should think about, and just cleaning up remove the videos from Instagram posts, and all of a sudden it's way cleaner and easier to use. But just design choices, the big things that are turn-offs to a lot of people, you can technically make applications way more addictive with AI, when AI figures out what is the most addictive things. But then we learn about it too, and we share that information, so we become immune to those weapons, but we have to always be on the edge. And my channel, well, you're lucky, guys. You watched the whole thing. Congratulations, you're going to be educated the whole way through. As things progress in the future, I will continue working as YouTube CEO because everyone hates me, and there's definitely a motivator on that one. I mean, is as equal a motivator as being ridiculously popular. Everyone hates you, and it's like, boy, do you have? What's the reason though? Can you explain? Is that on purpose? Is that how you treat people? So they try harder? Is that the fucking? But you know, it doesn't feel like in the end I'm gonna be a loser. You know, just because people force me in a losing position all the time. It doesn't feel like that makes me a loser in the end. Because I keep improving, right? So I know as long as I keep improving, I can't possibly fail. But, see you guys next time. Thank you guys for checking the fuss. I'm just gonna quickly go through the things I liked.
Somebody super glue. Hey, how about the 20?
In case I get triggered.
Does anybody else have a really...
This is wild. Scientists...
Racist, guys. Let's go. I like being racist, so, yeah. Police joined in on the fun, guys.
Scientists watched a single...
If I just gave you both $1 million cash, how would you feel?
I would be extremely grateful.
Exactly.
Sup? Oh my gosh. You gonna hold my hand? Where
No,
you taking
he wants
me?
to steal you.
Watch this.
Now, he's standing right up.
Fight!
To show me how big he is. You'll lean right back.
It's so cool. Let's fight, bro.
I don't know why people are always like, it's so hard to make friends as an adult. I literally just made one.
Here you go. Well played.
That's not fake. If you watch this guy's pin video on an iPhone, it will automatically close the app.
What?
If you can sell this pen in 60 seconds, I'll give you £100.
They did sell it, though. For a cent, for a penny, though. So that's kind of stupid.
This filter is supposed to show you how people really see you. Oh my god. I'm Asian?
Hair transplant, $2 per hair.
Right now, I could be standing up, but I'm actually laying down. If you look behind me...
This is so weird. Bro is nowhere, but that's kind of true. That's what snow is. It's a definition of nothingness. And it's cold. And it's like, what the fuck are you here, bro?
Explain like I'm 5. How is GPS free? Here's the answer. GPS is a free service accessible to anyone with a phone because GPS receivers are just radios that listen to broadcasts by...
This could be the most amazing thing you have ever seen. Take a look at this photo. It's a...
See, so amazing. This is the Tom and Jerry level 2, boys. Catch the mouse, guys.
Been chasing it all night, damn it. Do something with it.
And now they're best friends. Here you go. So technically, he caught the mouse.
Should you live with your parents past 22?
I'm 20 right now. I'm still living with my parents.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, right? Come here. At this point, there is no longer an age limit to staying with parents. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wish I could stay with my parents until I'm 120 years old.
Right, I know.
Do you want a chip?
And that's it. I want a chip, by the way.
Should you live...
Alright, we're done, so see you guys next time.